Hi, this is Dawn and I'm back with another video featuring our November 2008 Stamp of the Month. So just if you haven't seen, if this is the first one in the series that you've seen, I just want to remind you, this is our Stamp of the Month and I think it's called Seasonal Trees. And I am loving this stamp set. So I've already made a card using the fall ones. Now I'm making a card using the palm tree. I'm also using the January Stamp of the Month just because I can't help myself from playing with it because it has so many amazing sayings. So I'm going to be using the Just a Note from the January Stamp of the Month. Okay, so here we are. This is the card we're going to make. And I'm starting with my Lagoon color right here. And you can take your sponge dauber and dip it directly into the stamp pad, or even like right here, there's ink on the lid. You can dip it in the ink, the lid of the stamp pad, and then just, you always start off your paper and then kind of pull the ink onto the paper. And so I'm making my blue color down here. Now another way to do it is you can also, I have the, I forget what it's called, but it's this mat here that repels colors. You can rub your stamp pad on it. It's kind of off camera a little bit. And then pick up the color off the mat that way too. So there's a few different ways that you can get this color. So what I'm going to do is just keep kind of adding some color in here and smushing it around until I get it how I like it. And if you have areas that are darker, then you can add more color to another area to kind of even it out. So just keep going like that. And I'm going to pull it up so it's kind of like fading out along the top here. Then I'm going to pull in my Nectarine and then use a different dauber for that. So now I'm tapping on my Nectarine stamp pad. Sorry, it's off camera. There we go. And then pull in some Nectarine color here. Now you can reuse your sponge daubers. You can wash them when you're done with them, let them dry, and they'll be stained. But now see how I tapped that there? I didn't start off then, and I got like a nice hard color there. So you got to be careful of that. It's kind of hard to think and do this while I'm on camera. But that's what it looks like if you go straight on there. Now I can fix this by just adding more and more color to it until it evens out with those color where I got it really dark right there. So you can just keep adding, keep adding. And then now I'm going to go to my lemon color. Move tangerine out of the way, pull in lemon, and bring in the lemon here. So lemon's a softer color. It might take a little bit more more time to get the color as dark as you want it. And then I like to really concentrate where the two colors meet. And I don't have to worry about, you know, a lot of times you start with the lightest color and go to the darkest color. But because the color has really gone into the paper, it's not transferring onto my sponge dauber. So I don't need to worry about going lightest color to darkest color. You can just kind of do whatever color that you want for your card, you know, in the order. So like here I started with the blue and moved my way up. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on here. And then last, I'm going to go back to the Lagoon. See, this is my Lagoon here. And kind of stretch it out here first and then come on to the card. So that way I get a lighter color for the top. So I didn't have to pick another stamp pad color. I can use what I already had here, but just use a lighter version of it. So just kind of fill it in. Now I can sit here and fuss with it longer. I'd like to have some dark and light spots in there because really your sky is never all one color. And I kind of made it lighter on this side because that's where my tree is going to go, but over here it's a little bit darker. And you can even go back and where the two colors meet and do a little blending here. Maybe put some more, gotta get the right one, more Nectarine in here. And just keep working with it until you get your sky to look how you want it to look. Once you get it to that point, then you're going to go in and add your tree. So let me just get these stamp pads out of the way here. I'm using our new Intense Black for the tree stump, or the tree, not stump, but the base of the tree. And I'm inking up the base of the palm tree in the black. I'm going to do one all the way up here on, so I have the one completely on, and then I'm going to do a second one just a little bit lower, just to kind of add some variety and some depth to it, so I have different size palm trees. And then I'm going to use New England Ivy with the top of the tree. And so with this one, it's more of a solid stamp, so let me stamp it for you. It has more to it than the tree. The tree trunk here, it just has a very fine line, whereas this has more coverage area. So whenever I'm doing a more of a solid image, or it has more detail, I kind of twist the stamp and tap it off to get it good and inked. And then we'll just add this, oops, to it. And there we go. We have our little sunset or sunrise, depending on what you want to. You know what? I think sunsets and sunrises sometimes can be interchangeable. So there's that, and you just layer it up for your card. And then I'm going to put a saying down here on the bottom. I've got the just a note. So I'll ink that up. And I'll put the saying. Oh, apparently it's going to be green. Actually, that might look nice. I was going to do black, but let's go ahead and do that in the green. See how that looks. It's New England Ivy. Actually, that looks really pretty. Happy accident. I love it when that happens. So there we go. There's our completed card. And I hope you enjoyed it. You can substitute all different colors. You can see I got it more smooth when I was doing it here, not on camera. So you can smooth out your colors or make them more intense. Just depends on the look you're going for. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll be back with a Christmas tree one soon.